Am I the asshole? Mom mad because I don't want to clean her dirty sheets. My mom travels for work and is often away for months at a time. When she does come home, she usually flies in late, so she likes her room to be clean and her bed freshly washed and made. I'm happy to oblige because she's letting me live at home for free while I save up for my own place. And it's a simple request to just want the house clean. Plus, she's my mom. She's been dating this guy and has him over sometimes when she's in town. The last time she was here was Thanksgiving, and this guy spent the night at our place. I know that him and my mom had intimate relations because I could hear it from my room. Yeah, gross. But she's an adult and I'm living at her house, so it is what it is. Anyways, she leaves to go back to work the next day without cleaning her room or sheets, and now she'll be coming home next week for the holidays. I told her that I didn't feel comfortable cleaning her dirty sheets because I don't want to touch dirty sheets that have those bodily fluids on them. She got pissed off and said that it's not a big deal as housekeepers in hotels clean dirty sheets all the time. But I stood 10 toes down that I'm not touching those sheets even with gloves. She's still pissed, but she said she'll do it herself, but I don't understand how she doesn't understand that I actually feel offended that she'd expect me to handle those sheets in the first place. Am I the asshole? So I'm a little bit torn on this. I don't know if you're the asshole or not, but I feel like it is really easy to grab the sheets from the end and kind of bundle them up so you would never actually touch the stuff that's in the middle of the sheets. But I do understand why you wouldn't even want to go in there and clean them. So I feel like if your mom is going to have, relations with her boyfriend, then she should take care of stripping the bed and putting the sheets in the laundry room before she goes. And then that way you can make up the bed and give her a nice, fresh bed when she comes home. So I kind of feel like the two of you need to work together to get this done. So a soft, you're the asshole, but I understand why you wouldn't want to do it.
Am I the asshole for telling my DL that I got the iPads for the kids, but I have locked her out of the settings?
My son works on cargo ships. He is hard to contact and is gone for weeks to months at a time. He will not be around for the holidays. He is married to Daisy. Life has been rough for the couple the past 2 years. Daisy became unemployed and hasn't found work that is flexible enough with the kids. My son is gone often, so he can't help with the kids. A common issue that has been happening is that Daisy will sell the kids' things online for extra cash. I really don't approve, especially since she still is getting her nails done every 2 weeks still. The kids get into trouble, and so she sells their things. My granddaughter only had her new Switch video game for 2 weeks before it was sold. Daisy claimed she was playing too aggressively with the game, but when I asked, she could not give me examples. So the $70 Switch game got sold on eBay. This also only ever happens with expensive gifts. I have talked to her about it, but she denies it. Daisy asked me to buy the two kids' iPads for Christmas. They are expensive, and I am worried she is going to sell them. So I have set them up already and made it so she needs a password to get into the setting app. That way she cannot wipe them and sell them. I called her up today and informed her I got the kids' iPad and explained that I put a password on the setting app. In short, she was pissed, but I made it clear this is the only way I am gifting them the iPads. I have been getting texts constantly about me overstepping. Am I an asshole? Should I get rid of the passcode?
Am I the asshole for giving my son's girlfriend a budget for the dinner she's making?
My son, 23 male, graduated university back in June, and he moved back across the country to live with us since he found a job in the area. He's been in a long-distance relationship with his girlfriend, Carmela, 21 female, until October. She initially took a semester off from college and was living with her mom. However, she's decided she's not going back. Her mom said she would have to move out and she had nowhere to go. My son is moving into his own place in January and had invited her to move in already, saying she could get a job in the area. However, she needed to move out sooner and they both asked me if she could move in. I agree. Neither are paying rent, as I personally don't believe in charging my kids to live here, so it felt wrong to charge Carmela any. I just asked that they clean up after themselves and be respectful of everyone. They agreed. Carmela moved in after Halloween, and she's been a joy to have here. She's still looking for a job. Most nights she's offered to cook dinner to give back to us. I've always told her it's not necessary, but she insists. She's a good cook, so I tell her if she wants to, have at it. A week into her living here, she mentioned wanting to make a certain dish, but we didn't have the ingredients. I offered to give her my card so she could buy groceries. Since then, it's become a regular thing. I didn't mind it initially. She picked up my groceries as well, and it seemed to be a good deal all around. But then a couple of weeks in, she started wanting to make multiple trips a week and buy things that I normally wouldn't budget for on a regular basis, such as steak and seafood. I asked her on Sunday when she went to the store to please get everything she needed in one trip. She said, okay. I thought that solved the problem. Cut to Monday night, and we finished dinner. She and my son are talking while I'm doing the dishes. Carmela mentions wanting to make steak on Thursday. My son says that sounds good. Carmela says she'll have to go back to the store. My son turns to me and says, "Mom, give her the card." I tell them no. I say I already gave her money to go shopping on Sunday and told her to get everything she needed. I also said we can't swing everyone having steaks this week, 6 people in the house, but maybe I can make them for Christmas dinner. I then go on to say if Carmela wants to keep cooking for us, which I appreciate, I am going to put her on a budget. I apologize for not doing it sooner. Carmela looks upset and my son seems offended. Later on, my son tells me I embarrassed Carmela when she's just trying to be nice. I said I appreciate her cooking dinner, but she's doing it on my dime and I can't afford this. I pointed out he's free to give her money to do this. My son pointed out they're only here a few more weeks. Can't I just make my guest happy? Am I really in the wrong here?
Am I the asshole for bringing an extra guy to a group date? Everyone involved is in their 40s. My BFFD and I, both female, went to a bar 2 weeks ago. 2 guys approached us. I'll call them Abel and Cain. Abel and D hit it off right away and were talking with each other. I chatted with Cain, but he had zero interest in talking with me. He looked around me, over me, everywhere but at me. He gave me one-word answers or shrugs. After about 10 minutes of this, I told him, very nicely, it's okay if he isn't interested in talking to me. He is free to do his own thing and I will do mine. He just said okay, and I left to hit the dance floor. That's how I met Joe. We were dancing and being silly on the dance floor, then we went to sit at the bar, a different part of the bar from D, to chat. After a while, D tells me that we are leaving, and Joe decided he would leave as well. I see Abel and Cain outside waiting for us. D tells me that we all are going to a nearby diner. At this point, I don't want to spend an hour at a restaurant being ignored by Cain, but I don't want to leave D by herself with them either, so I asked Joe if he wanted to join us. He did. I could tell D didn't like that, but I didn't like being put on the spot either. We all had a great time talking with each other except Cain, who sat on his phone ignoring us. Everyone tried to engage him in conversation, even Joe, but Cain gave the same terse answers, so we left him to his phone. On the way home, Dee said she thought I was rude to invite Joe. She said Abel and Cain invited us to the diner. They weren't expecting anyone else. I told her no one asked me if I wanted to go, and told her how Cain had acted towards me. She said that Cain had a different story, but she wasn't there, so she doesn't know what happened. I told her she does know because I just told her. Why would she choose to believe a guy she met 2 hours ago versus her BFF of almost 30 years? She apologized, but she was still making passive-aggressive comments about it all week. That led to this week. She spent the weekend with Abel, and he told her that Cain had just gotten out of a relationship. That's why he was in such a bad mood. Cain sent word through Abel to apologize to me for his behavior and offered a do-over dinner. I told Dee that it was messed up that it took two strangers to get her to believe what I was telling her all along about Kane's bad attitude towards me. She didn't address that, and just said it would be nice if Kane and I had a reset. I told her that she doesn't get it. Kane isn't the problem. I have a problem with her putting me in an awkward situation and making me the bad guy for finding a way out. She only stopped being passive-aggressive about it when Abel and Kane corroborated what I told her. She has a history of putting guys she barely knows before our friendship. I didn't mince my words. I walked her through her history of pick-me behavior, and now she isn't talking to me. Am I the asshole for how I handled this situation?